Okay, perfect. Okay, hello guys. So thank you for joining us. Welcome to this final session for the third module about media literacy, the final session before Christmas holidays. And today we have with us Dr. Felipe Chibás. He's a prominent psychologist, lecturer, researcher, writer, and professor who has published more than 10 works related to creativity, culture, and education, among other topics. And he graduated from University of Havana in Cuba, and his other academic degrees were obtained at University of Sao Paulo, where he's living now, and all the centers in Latin America. So welcome, Felipe, and thank you for giving us a bit of your time today.
Thank you so much, Albert, for your invitation and, of course, for your presence here. Thank you. I want to say thank you, everybody. Jamal, Maya, Lorena, and half other people, only
For the
just
moment, only three. Yes.
only three. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I am really happy. I am grateful for for your invitation, Albert, and of course for the present to all. My presentation is about media and information literacy, but the focus is the city, the society. Yes, because we need a new vision of the cities. We need a new forms to allow um, to develop media and information literacy. And let me share with you some slides about it. Wait a minute, please. Is here. Do you see my
yeah,
slides?
yes, we can see,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, now it's better, right?
Perfect. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Albert. My slides, the title, Pillars and Challenges of MIL, or Media and Information Literacy. But my focus, like I said, is mile cities. What is mile cities? Mile cities is media and information literacy cities. Cities, urban space with media and information literacy. This point is with a real relation between the 2030 agenda, but especially with sustainable, with 11 objectives, sustainable cities and communities. We got other starting points like this event, Internet for Trust was a very important event in Paris, in UNESCO quarter in Paris. Well, this is a vocation. Post-human reality. What is the post-human reality? That's my question. I would like to hear your answer about this. Post-human reality. We got now robots, animals, humans, and cyborgs, and metaverse and AI. Uh, we got now, in my opinion, a hybrid reality with these research, these new agents, and new perspectives. Well, the general director of UNESCO, Audrey Azoulay, said generative AI can lead to an increase in the number of offline attacks against women. This I am very worried with this situation because we got more artificial intelligence, but we got two more attacks against women. This reality is very, very, for me, very, very, uh, very violence. But it's not only violence; it's very complex because the solutions are, in my opinion, are education, long life learn. We need to a new speakers, but not only new speakers. We need new influencers. We need to a new bloggers, new things, and new visions of the city. In my opinion, uh, media and information literacy is a tool for this. Well, that's my provocation. I would like to dialogue. I would like to listen everybody for these points. You got the flow. Well, the first question.
Don't
Oh,
be
oh,
shy.
hi Maya. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Please
to meet you too.
introduce yourself. Please, Maya, introduce yourself, please.
Yes. Um, well, when looking at generative AI and there's so much positive that can come from it, but as you said, it's almost a double-edged sword because of what it's learning from. So if we have problems in society that are persistent across the globe, of course it's going to learn bad habits. It's going to learn those problems that society has and integrate it into itself. So when we are talking about, how do we solve this, we're really saying, how do we solve society first? And that is such a huge question. And nobody seems to have the right answer for it. So this idea of generative AI can be so empowering, but in a general sense, it can be extremely um, dangerous, as you said, just based on the fact that society can be dangerous, especially for particular minorities, for people that are at risk. So I wholeheartedly agree with this, and I've been trying to explain to some people about AI that be excited about it. Just also be aware it's probably going to be pulling from places that are not the end all be all answer, and may even be flat out wrong, again, pulling from sources that maybe are not uh, the best. And I'll put that mildly.
One question. You are
Yes.
journalist?
How
Journalist?
did you, how did you know that was my major?
I feel I feel that. But it's
It's
good.
been it's been a while since I've written for a news outlet, but yes.
But this is good. It's not bad.
Okay,
Maya,
good. Thanks.
I well, it's my pleasure to meet you, of course. Maya, the reality is complex. Uh, the moment is very complex. We need, in my opinion, we need helps, different different signs.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah.
transdisciplinary approach to meet and to understand this new reality. In my
Hmm.
opinion, this new
Hmm.
reality is hybrid reality, digital and
Hmm.
physical
Hmm.
reality.
Yeah.
But this this focus or this vision is very important because now many people talk about digital city, for example, or digital platforms or digital so on.
Hmm.
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
It's hybrid reality because
Hmm.
everything we do for the
Hmm.
human people is not technology only technology situation. It's not only a technical situation. We need
Hmm.
the human vision for the use of the technology.
Hmm.
And in my opinion, this focus is essential This is
Yes.
principal focus because
Mm-hmm.
many people, we got now, for example, the transhuman vision, transhuman philosophy, transhuman philosophy. Transhuman philosophy is very technological vision of the city, of the society, of the people. We need
Mm-hmm.
other philosophies. We need others' vision. Well,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, that's the line. This is the line to think in these problems.
Mm-hmm. One problem or one aspect through my career, I worked with a lot of data scientists who were developing algorithms and were developing language models and things like that. And a lot of our executives would say, oh, we want this automation, we want this. And it was one thing that I personally believed was if you are going to use this technology, you should have a general idea of how this works. You don't have to be able to write the algorithm yourself, but you do need to understand where is this information coming from? How is it being put together into the answer that you are trying to get? Because if you don't have a fundamental understanding of how this technology works, functions, then you're just blindly trusting it. And so exactly what you were saying of like there needs to be that hybrid piece, that human aspect to it, because otherwise we're just going to lose ourselves into this technology and not understand how it's working or how it's even influencing us.
That's the point. That's the point, Maya. We
Mm-hmm.
need a new education. We need all people,
Mm-hmm.
the security, the educators, the researchers, the politics. Uh, Everybody needs to learn
Mm-hmm.
media and information literacy
Mm-hmm.
because in this reality, hybrid reality, digital and physical reality, we got many new agents like bloggers, like influencers, and others.
Mm-hmm.
We got artificial intelligence, of course. We got metaverse. We got many ecosystems, and we need to know a new logic of society. For example,
Mm-hmm.
elections. Elections at the
Yes,
United States
yes.
or in Brazil or in Spain. Where are you from? Where are you from?
United States, but I live in Spain.
Nice. Right. Wonderful. Do you see the last
Oh
election?
yes. Oh yes. Yes. There's a lot to see this last election.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah. Jamal
it's,
too.
it's very like I said, it's very funny, but it's very worried. It's very
Yes. Yes. You have
the
to kind
situation.
of laugh and try not to cry.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Or in other place, in Brazil, it's the same thing. We got in Brazil. Let me tell you, we got elections for the city hall, and the city hall is in São Paulo City Hall is the more important city hall of all Brazil, and here. Uh, is funny, but is well, here in São Paulo, half a candidate. The name is Paulo Marçal. Paulo Marçal. Paulo
Mhm.
Marçal is influencer, and he is not the traditional politics. He was your campaign and his marketing with only with the digital networks, with digital networks, only with that. And he very dangerous, very dangerous. And he was the third result in all the elections. He the yes the proposals uh, their proposals are new and are nothing, but their work, his work, like influencer, like in the network, in the digital social networks, are very strong. He he is a
Mm-hmm.
very
Mm-hmm.
is an example for this new reality. It's not more only digital or only physical reality. No, 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 no. It's a hybrid reality. And this new reality, hybrid reality, needs uh, for us, need new research, new visions, transdisciplinary approach, and is of course our effort and ethical efforts to transform this reality in a pacific reality. We need this and democratic reality. For this, in my opinion, is very necessary media and information literacy, a new education for all the city, for all the people. It's not only the problem of the educators of the university. No, 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 no. This problem is to all.
100%.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your question.
Yeah.
Of course, for
Um, Going along a little bit with those lines, I like the concept that you talk about media literacy cities, and I think about how a city grows and what the city needs to grow. What are the elements of this city? If you think of our physical city, you need water, you need electricity, you need roads. So thinking about that as a hybrid to media literacy, I don't have the answers, but I'm just trying to think what are those equivalents to those things, and also along that is the idea of uh AI positive, like the how to educate AI, because we're saying that AI is being generated from information from humans. So how then to train an AI? I guess what I'm trying to say, I feel like where's the stage we are right now in the AI development? Is the AI like a toddler or like a preteen? You know, where is AI in its scale? And I'm very curious in those aspects about, I also wrote down this idea of like feeding AI, like how to generate and feed AI more positive information so that they understand negatively. We want them to understand the full scope of who we are. But then when we see something on the internet, how can AI help us understand that that is probably a negative aspect, and you can look for this alternative that's maybe more focused on something that we should be using for a better society?
yes, uh, Jamal, thank you for your question and for your position. Uh, mm, we got now in this hybrid reality, we got more than identity. We got the physical identity, right, and digital identity. All us got, and this new situation is the cause of a new relationship between citizens, and the construction and the transformation of the cities, in my opinion, is in this direction: digital identity and physical identity. Because, for example, the elections in Brazil, we got the vote, digital vote. But this point, digital vote, is not the principal focus to the democracy or the citizenship, but is a focal point because in this country, in Brazil, for example, we got many conflicts, many situations about the digital vote,
Mhm.
and the people, and for example, Bolsonaro, Bolsonaro, ex-president of Brazil, yes, and other people, Quest and ask the digital vote is not fair, it's not positive, but the situation is very complex, and the construction of the new democracy, for example, the new relationship between classes and between different social groups uh, is this point is essential, and the transformation of the city is not only physical transformation now. It's not only about, for example, about buildings, about streets. No, 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 no. At the moment, nowadays, we need a new vision, integrated uh, digital situations, digital ecosystems, and the physical ecosystems. And the transformation of the cities is, in my opinion, in this line, Jamal. We need to understand the new algorithms, the new sources of information. Today is not only the journals, for example, New York Times or other traditional source of the information. No, 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 no. Now we got a new journalism with influencers, with bloggers, and we need the society, the cities needs to know what is the logic, what is the line of or new lines, new trends of these cities. We need to understand this. And we need for that, in my opinion, Jamal and Maya and Lorena and Albert, we need new research, new researchers, and new research is a new reality. Is for me, it's a challenge, but it's very good. It's very good, this new reality.
A bit scary. It's challenging and it's a bit scary at the same time because like on one point I was thinking about elections and about I feel like in the US in some respect there was an attack on the digital world. Like, this whole idea about whether voting electronically or the the machines that were voting, there was almost like this sense that we have to have a fear against it. So it I think that's also because maybe some people uh see that they cannot control something like an AI apparatus or something that will have an answer that they cannot then try to manipulate. And the other part you talked about with the bloggers and all these other entities being the new way of being, the only thing I not fear, but it's scary because there's so many. It's not like your brain cell goes from like just one news outlet to like a billion news outlets, and all these outlets are credible sources. So that's the thing is like then it feels like it flatlines to become opinions, and it's no longer a hierarchy on which one is credible and which one's not. So that just feels like a matrix of like dimensions that are really scary.
Yeah, really, really, really. Jamal, we got now different levels of news, you know,
Yeah.
different levels of internet. We got black internet or a prof internet. We got internet mid level, and we got high level of internet. We need, in my opinion, we need train everybody, all the people in these three levels. And we need to, in my opinion, to train and educate new competence. Let me share with you something like that. Wait a minute, please. Let me share with you this slide. Just a minute. It's here. Wait a minute, please. Do you see my slide? Do you see? Do you see people? Do you see my slide?
Yeah, we can
Yes?
see. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jamal. Here, uh, we got here meal competence and skills according to UNESCO. This is the UNESCO curriculum, and this proposal is about the new competence that we need to understand this new reality. Okay? Let's show you. Know how to solve the lack of information. Understand the rule and functions of information source. Understand the importance of the democratic context. This third point is very important. Find and evaluate information. 5, evaluate critically. Protect yourself from risk. Very important. Cybersecurity. You understand? Bon, protect yourself from risk. Analyze and share. Very important too. Share the good information. The good information. Only the good information. Know how to synthesize. Ethical, oh, very important. The nice point. This point. Ethical use of information. Very, very important. We need to learn about this. How we can do this ethical use of information. It's not only the problem of the, for example, of the platform, of the Facebook. It's not only, this point is not only about the programs or the AI algorithms. No, this point is necessary to learn everybody. We needs this point. Bon, we got many competence here, 20 competence from UNESCO curriculum. In my opinion, we need to train these points or these competence. With this training, everybody, Jamal, everybody transform your uh, your your understanding to the reality, and everybody transform to your action in the society, in the city. In my opinion, this is necessary for entrepreneurs. This is necessary for the security people, the police, for example. We need that in the banks. We need that well, in all the city. It's not only in the universities. This point, we got here two kinds of things: critical think, right, and creativity think. We need these two modes of things for the new reality. We need, of course, critical think to understanding this new situation, this new reality, hybrid reality. But we need to the second level. We need to transform the actual situation with creative think. That's my opinion. Well, what do you think? Oh, please, please.
I actually had a question. I see that
Yes, 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 yes.
I see number 15 is highlighted in red, video games. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? What do you mean or what that is? Because I grew up in the 90s. There was a lot of opinions about video games and what they were, and so I'd love to hear more.
Well, video games. Video games are, in my opinion, we got good, good video games, and we got negative video games. For example,
Yeah.
video games with violence, video games
Yeah.
with the money, with the money, with the focus, video games with the everything is a problem with the values. what is the values in the video game? If the values of the video game and the competence of this video game stimulate is the focus we question, in my opinion. If this video game or mm, or game or platform, the focus are the social problems, uh, social innovation, for example, is very good video game. We got this video game here in Brazil because in the we got the name, the translation, favelas. You know favelas. You understand favelas? Favelas is communitary areas, and in these areas we got many intelligent people, and they organized communities. They organize organizations and platforms to help other people. Yeah, and they organize, create video games, good video games for this objective. In in my opinion, this is very good video game.
Yeah,
And Lorena, I don't hear you, Lorena.
Yes,
You are in silence. Where are you from, Lorena?
from Romania.
Oh,
And
Armenia.
with
Good.
the elections, you talk about it recent in my country, a big scandal of the elections was, and the elections was canceled for the president
But I don't
because
understand
of the
your question. Your question is about the president.
no. I talk about the problem, and the AI was the
The
problem
use of AI, the use of
yes,
AI by the
yes,
president.
yes, in the elections.
Oh, understood. Uh, uh, I repeat it again. The AI is a very strong tool, very strong,
Yes,
and it is not only a tool. AI is a new agent in these ecosystems. The difference in between tool and agent is uh, this new agent is like other intelligence, and in the opinion of many experts, this new intelligence AI is very dangerous and is more strong to more human intelligence. We got here a new level or new phase of humanity, and for this we need so much the ethical position, the politics, the governments of the researchers, the educators. Everybody needs this tool. We need everybody of AI, of course, but we need to the human's capacities or human competence, like ethics. We need so much this. And in this new reality, Lorena, we got many risks. For example, you said the presidents have many resources, many access to platforms, and too much money, and he can manipulate the elections. This is a real problem. Here in
yes.
Brazil, we got this problem too. In Brazil, we got this problem. The same, like in Armenia and in
Two
many
weeks
countries.
ago was the big scandal.
Real, it, you know, it's a
Yes.
real problem. But I back the at the beginning now. I back the beginning again. We need we need everybody to educate the people. We need researchers like you, Lorena, like you, Maha, and Jamal, Maya. Sorry, Maya. We need you to with new researchers, with new point of view, because it's a new reality, and we need security, we need transparency, we need ethical elections. But if you, Lorena, and Maya and Jamal, if you don't participate in this process, if you don't involve in this process, and if you don't work together other force, we are we we haven't solutions. We in Brazil and other countries, we work with this framework. We work with 5 agents of innovation of the cities, and to understanding this situation. We work with policymakers, right? Second factor, we work with educators, the educators and researchers and his students. We work with the artist, because the art is the soul of the city. The artist is the a, a poetic vision of the city. Oh, the fourth factor, or agent, we work together to with the entrepreneurs, because the entrepreneurs are the vision. They have uh, mm, the vision of the implementation of the transformation of the city. And the fifth factor of agent, the simple citizen, because everything we do for this point, for the citizen, the simple citizen. But this vision with these 5 agents is fundamental, because we got here different point of view, different forms to see the city and the solutions of the city. Well, Maya, you got the floor.
I actually have a
Please.
question. And this is a lot of my exposure to AI and machine learning and everything was from a corporate side of things. And I'm really curious. You're talking about the agents of who you need to work with in order to advance this, but so many AIs that are being used today are controlled by companies. They're being developed by companies who have all of the control. So how are we supposed to navigate this? Because people are using this because it's easy to access, but the companies can make, like, for example, I have Chat GPT on my phone, but it's the free version. If you subscribe, you get a more powerful AI. So they're essentially like guardrailing who gets access to particular technology. So how do we deal with this, because we're talking about these five agents that we're trying to advance media literacy in cities, and yet we have to compete with these companies that are completely closing off what's available.
You are right. You are right. It's very complex, this situation, of course. But we need back to beginning. In this century, eh, we got a new actors, a new agents, and we got well, a new situation. But we got old agents too, like the law. We got the justice. We got these all factors to administrate these new situations. And for example, we got the LGBT. LGBT.
Mhm.
LGBT is LGBT is a tool to transform this situation and to administrate this situation. And with LGBT, a good LGBT, we got here the instrument to uh, mm, to control or monitor the platforms and the enterprise companies. Companies, of course, companies are very interesting in in the economic factors, of course, and financial resource, of course. But when we work with these five agents, is this new vision and interaction change the vision of the enterprise too and the companies. UNESCO, UNESCO, I work in many times for UNESCO. I I was consultant from UNESCO, and and I in many events I participate, represent uh, UNESCO. And I see in this event, I saw in these events many many funny situations, but very important and very learning situations. For example, I participate and mediate a panel in the with the president of Google, and the presence of simple citizens, and the questions and the dialogue between these agents was very clarified, the situations, the different points of view, different solutions to similar problems and similar challenges. We need to talk. In my opinion, we need to talk. Of course, the companies have different interests. Of course, the simple people, the simple citizen, have different interests. We know that, but we need dialogues. And with these dialogues, we can change the situation. And and I am back again to the beginning. We need media and information literacy for the people, for all, for the five agents. With this vision, we can transform our cities in better cities. I believe in that.
Thank you. That's been bothering me for a long time.
It's my pleasure. And Malak, hi Malak, you are okay? You hear me? I don't hear you. Your microphone?
Yeah,
Oh,
now
thank
it's
you.
work. I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hi, hello. How are you?
Where are you from?
I'm from Lebanon.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. So I came late. Sorry. I thought it's
No
tomorrow.
problem, no problem, no problem.
But I was interesting what you were talking about. It's interesting. So I introduced myself, or
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Yeah, so I'm from Lebanon, and I studied communication arts, radio, TV, film, and I used to work in a TV station, TV channel, as a
Great.
news editor, news reporter. And I chose now to go to the academy to continue my academic life. So that's why I chose to pursue my master's. With you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's all.
If you have any question, or you have your answer for my questions about my free questions at the platform.
I'm sorry, I wasn't there, so I didn't hear your question. That's why I came late, so that's why I didn't follow
No,
up.
no problem. I can repeat
Yeah,
no problem, no problem.
it's okay.
It's okay. For example, what are the new trends in digital media practice, and how are they affecting contemporary societies and cities? What do you think about it?
How it's affecting
The new trends,
that
digital
nutrient,
trends.
it's the artificial intelligence. I think it's the most trendiest for now. So, and it's affecting. It has many advantages, disadvantages in the society. But I think it affects. It depends on every society. Like in my society, sometimes I feel that we need more digital literacy because we are in the Middle East, so we are it's a developed country. They consider it. So we lack many infrastructure and even educational tools for this advanced technology. So yeah, I think we lack the literacy for in the society for this. So it depends. It depends. It differs. Yeah, that's what I think about this technology. I think now here it's affecting in a negative way. It's not a positive way. It's affecting because it's all about using it in, only for educational tool. Okay, it's really good, but people are misusing the technology. That's what I think, because they are using it for things that are really not that important, or I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yes, yes.
It's and also mainly they use it. You were talking about the presidency and elections, and they use it for this political divide, political. Yeah, so I think it's affecting in a negative way, not a positive way. In my own society, in my own country, I don't know about other countries now. For now, but yeah. There are many problems in here, and media and the internet and the technology. It's causing this. It's helping this because the politicians are using these tools for this divide more in the social terms.
Thank you for your answer. In my opinion, Malak,
Yeah.
AI and others new trends are not there are no positive or negative tendencies or trends. There are tools or agents, and we need to learn to dominate or control these new tools. AI is a very good tool for the propaganda, for the marketing, political marketing, and we got this instrument with a good use or negative use. For this, in my opinion, I told again, we need media and information literacy for all the people. All the people. It's not only, for example, for students or in the schools, at the universities. No, 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 no. In my opinion, we need this in all the society, for the security people, for the police, for the police, and or for example, of course, the medicals, health service. For example, people, do you remember the COVID-19, right? The pandemic, COVID-19. Many people that here in Brazil, I live in Brazil, many people that in Brazil because the government and other people said many fake news about COVID-19. Many people deaths here. Well, in my opinion, again, we need a new education. We need this transformation of the all the city. It's not only problem of the justice of the law or or the people, the price, the companies, the digital platforms. No, no, no. It's a problem to all the all society. We got for this books about this. We got articles to explain this. I can share Albert. I can share articles about this to discuss. And we got, if you want it, we can dialogue in other time because this
Sure.
point is very, very important, people, because the media and information literacy is not theoretical approach, it's a practical approach. And we got now UNESCO propose a new approach, City approach, or media and information literacy cities. This is a new, it's an innovation. It's an innovation in the media and information literacy. And I invite you, Malak, I invite all, of course, to read about cities. In the
Yeah,
UNESCO site, have information about it.
maybe Felipe, if you had these documents you're talking about, you can maybe share it with me through mail,
Yes,
and we will
yes, yes,
upload
yes,
it
Albert.
to the virtual campus later. Yes, thank
It's
you.
my pleasure, Albert. Of course, I share with you. I can show other slide.
Sure. Yes.
Thank you, Albert.
But I want to add something. Don't you think the problem is also in who, like Maya said, who rules this media, the artificial intelligence and everything, the outlets and this is our problem. I think it's not the tool that is the problem. The problem who owns these companies.
I agree with you totally. I agree totally. Harm, the problem is who and how use the artificial intelligence or other tools like a metaverso or others big data. Mhm. But we need all of you and me and all the people. We need to understanding the new logical of the society. We got here a new logical, a new form to construct the concepts, the construct the elections, the construct the everything. And we need to understand this new logical, a new vision, a new framework. It's a new framework, and we need to understand this new framework. The role of the agents, like educators, enterprise or entrepreneurs, for everybody. And in this situation, in my opinion, we got advantage. We got uh, uh, mm, we got a very strong, tool. This is the theoretical basis of media and information literacy and the experience. We got many experience about media and information literacy and media and information literacy cities. We got this experience. We need to share this experience and to study together this experience and more research and more experience and more transformation. We need this this interchange. We got around the world uh, a cycle of network of events about mil cities. We got these events. I invite you. I invite everybody in this place to participate in these events. Malak, Lorena, Jamal, Albert, of course, Maya.
Oh, uh,
Okay.
no, we were talking about this in the chat, the group chat here. And
Yeah.
and maybe I'm coming off as kind of cynical here, but considering that cities have been running off of an old system with policies and people and infrastructure that has been in place the same way for decades, and now we're trying to kind of shift to these new technologies, which I agree 100% are extremely important. But we were talking about this in the chat that a lot of the current politicians and people that are building this infrastructure or have the power to build this infrastructure are so vehemently against learning about this technology. Where Jamal and I were talking about, in the US, where they are having court hearings with Mark Zuckerberg, and they are asking exceedingly basic questions about the technology to the point that it was embarrassing for the politician, the head of this investigation, to be asking the questions they were. So I guess my cynicism is around, okay, this change needs to happen, and like you said, move from the theoretical to the practical, and actually make progress towards this. But how do we do that with so many people in power that are just, no, they want to ban it rather than learn it?
Well, UNESCO in the UNESCO platform have different phases to implement mil-city approach. They have a guide about this too. But in my opinion, this is a challenge, a cultural challenge. In every country, in each country, in each city, have different strategies and different form to implement this new framework. But we got some general lines. Let me show you with my slides.
Mm-hmm.
Let me share here. Just a minute. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This book, From Smart Cities to Mild Cities, Metrics Inspired by UNESCO's vision, is a classic. In this book, I organized this book with Mitsuru Yanase, and we got here chapters from authors of the 5 continents, all the all the all around the world, and we got here the base to understanding many of your questions, Maya, and the different approach about it. Let me show you other points. We got here. This slide is the answer for some points to discuss in this class. Let me show you. MLCT, or Media Information Literacy City, is a framework launched by UNESCO, our urban space that can use intelligence, artificial intelligence, and other new technologies, both with ethic, respect for diversities, organic empowerment of every citizen, educating critical and creative thinking, valuing ecology in sustainable way, new affectivity, combating misinformation, fake news, deep fakes, and postures, This framework has synergies with others, such as sustainable cities, smart cities, healthy cities, educational cities, learning cities, innovative cities, and others. Many cities is, uh, of course, is in the line with the UN 2030 agenda. This concept is very important because we got here a new understanding of the city and of the media and information literacy. These two concepts, media and information literacy and city, together uh, mm, bring to us a new vision of the society. This point is very, very important for us. And we got to these systems with the metrics and with indicators. The indicators are around around the citizens, but the is a new vision of all the city. For example, we got city hall, the first one, roads, urbanistic, urban mobility, integral education, integral health, cultural arts, tourism, libraries, associations, companies, industries, artificial intelligence, startups, and digital channels, citizen security, very important this point, citizen security. Hmm? Children, youth, elderly, women, and other vulnerable groups, environment and sustainability, and finally, integrations metrics. But it's very important in this framework. We see startups and digital channels, but we haven't a technological or technician vision. No, 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 no. We ask to startups, how many women do you have in the leadership? How many Black people do you have in the leadership of these startups? We need this vision. It's not technological vision. It's the human vision of the artificial intelligence of the startups. Hmm? Right?
Absolutely.
We need this new vision. We need, of course, technology, but with this new vision, right?
Yeah. I have a quick comment on that. It's interesting, your last point you mentioned about talking about, for example, how many women do we have in startups or how many people of color we have. And Maya can also attest to this because we have this situation in the US where we call that diversity, equity, and inclusion. And for some reason, uh, America has weaponized this word as something that's negative and scary, and literally we have our current president who has created and implemented policies to reach that goal that you're talking about, but then you have an incoming administration already and those people in Congress already eliminating those offices, eliminating those systems because they feel like it's not needed. And they created, this word called woke and wokeism. They took that term and used it actually as a negative thing. And it feels like now they're eliminating exactly what you're talking about. So again, going back to what Maya and everyone else is even saying about the people in power are actually suppressing, not actually trying to reach the goals that UNESCO is trying to reach and go for. So there's kind of like this battle happening between what uh, the human side wants and then what corporate and government want.
I agree with you, Jamal. Unfortunately, the politicians are very, very crazy people. I agree with you. The science, but seriously, the science is in, in this line. We need diversities. We need respect to diversities. The ethics is fundamental for the elections, for the the society in every moment. I agree with you, but the politicians are well, in my opinion, in many situations they talk uh, something like it is not scientific. It is not for it's anti-scientific. It's against to the science. For example, they said we don't need to concern or to research about ecological system or forget about it. Everything's okay. Let's go ahead to explore the nature, to explore. This is this is not scientific. This is not it haven't base a scientific base this kind of discourse. But we are scientists. We are science. You are science, Jamal. And we got everybody here. We got responsive. We got a compromise with the society, and UNESCO have this compromise with the society. And UNESCO, the position of UNESCO is this: we need respect to diversity. We need use the technologic, all technologics with ethics. And our philosophic position and scientific position is we need cities. We need media and information literacy approach to understand this new situation, this new reality, even reality with digital ecosystems, but with the real and physical situations too. Well, one more question. Yeah, Malak. It's okay, Lorena, Maya, Jamal. Well, for me was a very important discussion, and I felt a real communication with all of you. Thank you so much for your questions, for your discussion, and for contributions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Felipe, for your time. Thank you all of you for your participation. I see now that the group chat has been really active during this session. So I congratulate you. Thank you so much for your time. Um, I think for me, whenever we discuss if technology is going to end us or we are going to end technology, I always like to be like really optimistic about, I mean, I think I have this feeling of whenever a new technology comes up, it's always this time for yeah, scariness and everything is like really happening so fast. It's true that nowadays more and more technology is appearing and technology is evolving faster than we can really tolerate. But I try to feel really optimistic, and in the end, if this is something that we manage to, I mean, we created the technology, so I think we are going to be fine. Uh, what Felipe was saying at the beginning is it's really true. I mean, we can consider technology as this evil thing, and it is true that a lot of companies, a lot of people is trying to use that technology to do the wrong thing. But in the end, it's always a tool, and the important thing is how we use that tool. So I'm happy that this is like, I mean, it's like a hot debate always, but I think this masters is going to give you a lot of, if not solutions, things to think about it. So I'm glad that this topic especially came up today. So thank you all for your time. And yes, just to maybe give that positive note at the end of the session. Yes, Felipe.
Let me tell you, Albert and all of you, I would like to invite you to a very important event in Havana, Cuba, about these points. The name of the event is Culture, Communication, Marketing, and Community. This event,
Mhm,
the principal point or the principal topic of this event is mail cities, media and information literacy cities. Well,
mhm.
this event is in January, the next
Okay.
January. And I invite you, all of you, to participate in this event.
Thank you, Felipe. I don't know if we can get I mean, is it an open event or
It's open, it's open, it's open.
yeah,
Let me,
for everyone? I don't know if you
for
had
everyone.
the link for more information.
Yes, yes, yes. Here is here. Let me please let me share with you.
Okay.
crearconce.com, and I can send for you more information, Albert. And if you
Yeah,
can,
that
please
that would
share with
be really nice.
me.
Thank you. Well, anyway, thank you again for your time, okay, guys. I don't know if you maybe had some questions before about the final project or anything else before we are done for today. Yes, Maya.
Um, I yeah, I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, no,
So you
okay.
you
It's
told
okay.
us you told us that we're supposed to get supervisors or mentors.
Yeah,
I don't remember the word.
yeah,
For
supervisors.
we're supposed to
Yes,
get that tomorrow. So
yes,
that means that we'll get feedback on the proposal that we had as
yes,
well. Okay.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is to first send your briefings to the supervisor so they can have the time to review it, and then I'm going to put you in copy with them, in contact with them, so you can start speaking directly to the supervisors and like get all the information in common so you can start now to work on the development of the project.
Yeah, because that was my next thing is I know some people have experience with masters. This is my first one. So
No, it's
I
okay.
am I I have questions about the process and just
Yeah,
how do you build this thing? Even just going through the proposal, I thought I had a grasp of what it was, but I also was hesitant to say that I did. So we can work with our supervisors to get more specifics. They would be able to answer more
yeah.
questions.
Yeah, absolutely. We try to get all of you a supervisor who is kind of specialized in the topic you want to build,
Mhm.
more or less, because we have so many different topics in this year, but more or less. But what they are truly is a specialist and researchers, so don't worry about that, because you
Yeah,
will
because
get all the information during the process. Yes.
the research part of this was the part that I
Yeah.
have no clue about. That
No, no,
was kind of
it's a normal
shocking to
thing
me.
to
Like,
do.
okay.
Yeah, myself, I started researching 2 years ago and I had no clue. So, no, it's not a problem. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
Don't worry
okay,
about it. Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah, because I want to get started on it as soon as possible, but I need to
yeah.
know what I need to know first. So, um, yeah,
No, it's okay.
that was most of
And
my
luckily,
questions, at least the
you
big
will have
ones.
now all the Christmas break to start working on it. Maybe the teachers will be like on their vacations, but after the break, definitely you can start working on that. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, okay, yeah. All right, thank you. Because
You're
yeah.
welcome. You're welcome, Maya. No problem. Anyone else wants to ask something about the final project? Maybe? No. Okay. So with this, I'm going to finish the session. Thank you again, guys. Thank you, Felipe. And yeah, I will wait for you to send all the information and all the presentations and the list of the readings that you recommend to the students. And we will see you now after the Christmas break. So happy holidays to everyone.
Happy
Try to
holidays.
rest because you will need the energy after the break. But happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so